Good morning, student. We are doing the revision of chapter 1, the leaf. Arrangement of leaves. The arrangement of leaves on stem or branches is called phyllotaxy. This prevents overlapping among the leaves so that each and every leaf may get sufficient amount of sunlight. This leaf arrangement is of three types: alternate, opposite and whorl. Alternate arrangement of leaves. In this arrangement, the leaves are arranged like that one leaf arises at a node. The next leaf arising on the following node is opposite to the previous leaf, means the other leaf is arising on the opposite side of this leaf. Opposite arrangement of leaves. In this arrangement, two leaves are opposite to each other. Both upper and down, you can see all the leaves are opposite to each other, but they all are connected or arranged on one node only. Upper two leaves are opposite, they are connected on one node. Then next two leaves, they both are opposite to each other, they are connected on one node. Then the last one, you can see these two leaves, they are also opposite to each other, but they are connected on the same node. This type of arrangement is known as opposite arrangement. For example, jasmine and guava. Whorl arrangement of leaves. In this arrangement, three or more than three leaves are form a whorl because they are arises from a same node. They form a whorl around a stem. This type of arrangement is known as whorl arrangement. For example, oleander and asparagus. Now we are going to revise modification of leaves. Modification means a structural change required to perform a specialized function. Means some leaves change to perform a special function. When leaves are modified into a thin thread-like coiled strand, they are called leaf tendrils. These are the leaf tendrils. They show sensitivity to touch. They help in climbing. They coil around a support in order to give support to the weaker stem. When leaves of some desert plants become modified into pointed spines, these are called leaf spines. These are the spines in the cactus plant. So these leaves are known as leaf spines. They help to reduce the loss of water through transpiration. They also perform defensive role as they keep away grazing animals. Scale leaves. Leaves gets modified as scale leaves. They help to protect the birds. These leaves also store food and water. They may be dry as in garlic or fleshy as in onion. Modification of leaves in insectivorous plant. Insectivorous plants are also known as carnivorous plants as they feed on insects. They usually occur in damp, swamps, muddy or sandy shores where there is abundance of water but lack of nitrogenous material due to unfavorable soil conditions. Insectivorous plants are adapted to trap, capture and digest insects by making traps and clover pits. These traps are mostly the modification of leaf. Some examples are pitcher plant, bladderwort and Venus flytrap. Pitcher plant. The leaf is modified into pitcher-shaped trap to capture insects. Leaf is filled with a liquid to passively collect the insects and digest it. The insects enters in the pitcher through the opening. It slips downwards and the lid closes. The insects in then digested by various digestive enzymes and juices. Bladderworth. Leaves are highly segmented and modified into sacs called bladder. The bladder has a trap door in which minute organisms can only go in but cannot come out. It is seen in aquatic plants such as Utricularia. Venus flytrap. The edges of the leaf has long pointed strips here. The leaf blade is divided into two parts and the midrib acts as a hinge of the door. This is the midrib which acts as a hinge of the door, and the leaf blades are divided into two parts with the strips here. When any insect touches the leaf, the edges interlock and prevent the escape of insects. The plant secretes digestive juices and enzyme to digest the insects. Vegetative propagation in leaves. Some plants reproduce themselves from leaves. The leaves of some plants develop buds on them. Such leaves having buds can be used as a structure of vegetative reproduction in plants. The best example is Bryophyllum. It is also called a sprout leaf plant. The leaves of Bryophyllum plants develop some buds in its margin. On the margin of the leaves you can see the buds. When a mature leaf of the Bryophyllum plants fall on the ground, then each bud can grow into a new plant. Sometimes even before a leaf drop off from a Bryophyllum plant, we can see new plantlets already growing on it. Thus, the leaves of Bryophyllum plants can reproduce a new plant. The youngest plantlets get their food supply from the fleshy leaf. Artificial vegetative propagation. The method of vegetative propagation which have been developed by man are called artificial. These methods are cutting, grafting, layering and tissue culture. Such methods are very useful in gardens and nurseries. Thank you, students.